third operation last night to correct internal complications stemming from the drive-by shooting. He remains in the intensive care unit at University Medical Center in Las Vegas.
He is severely injured internally. He has multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
5-year-old rapper was in the backseat of a black BMW, part of an informal convoy of 10 cars, when Las Vegas police say shots were fired from a passing white Cadillac. Yesterday, the Reverend Jesse Jackson arrived and said a prayer at Shakur's bedside. We've been informed that doctors have told the family members that they expect the rap star to once again recover from his injuries.
Today we're going to talk about Tupac in the hospital. Was he murdered in the hospital? Let's look at what we know. We know that Tupac was shot at the intersection of Koval and Flamingo and that he was expected to survive, as you see from that clip. We also know that Reggie Wright Jr. called Frank Alexander and told him not to hang out with the family on September the 13th. And when Frank Alexander said why, Reggie responded and said, "Their son is laying up in the hospital dying." And at that point, Tupac was expected to survive. Why would Reggie say to Frank Alexander that their son was laying up in the hospital dying? Yo-Yo visited Tupac and said Tupac didn't want her to leave. Mopreme visited when he was with Tupac, said that the bed was shaking and Tupac was trying to tell him something, like Tupac wanted to get out of there. And we also know that Frank Alexander was called away from Tupac. His shift ended. He was still lingering about the hospital, and he gets a phone call from Reggie saying, "Hey, come over to a meeting." And then all of a sudden his phone is blowing up, and it's urgent. Gotta go, right now, right now. And we also know that Snoop was among the last to visit Tupac Shakur. Now, I've been on movie sets and what have you. When a celebrity shows up, all of a sudden it's like this big rush. Everybody wants to go over and say hello to the celebrity. Now, that might have been a big distraction. Everybody goes rushing over to see Snoop. That leaves Tupac by himself. That creates an opportunity for Kevin Gaines or whoever to administer a poison and to turn Tupac's condition from improving and going to survive to all of a sudden Tupac dies suddenly. We've had quite a bit of success from the crowd. There's a lot of information coming in. One person in particular is sending over extremely detailed information with dates, times, circumstances. That person hasn't identified him or herself yet, but some of the information is extremely compelling, and it's definitely causing me to re-examine the case in the context of this information that's coming to light. Appreciate all of you that are out there that are sending off info. One question that I have for the crowd, maybe you guys can answer. Tupac was coming up on the anniversary date of his contract. He signed a contract in Dannemora on the 16th. Suge had signed it on the 15th, so we know that that contract, even though it was supposedly a jailhouse deal prepared on, toilet paper, that was actually prepared beforehand with some thought, because it was signed by Suge on the 15th and signed by Tupac on the 16th. Now, would the anniversary of that contract trigger anything legally? I don't know the answer. It'd be interesting to have an attorney or two weigh in on that. Anyway, appreciate you. Let's continue the investigation. Keep sending over Rampart documents. Appreciate everybody that's sending those to me. I am getting flooded with some of the same documents, but it doesn't matter. If I've seen it before, I want to look at everything you send. So send me everything you can. Thank you.